Most of the time, you don't think about energy. You flip a switch, charge your phone, sit in a cooled room, and everything just works. It's so consistent that it becomes invisible. But then there are moments like a power outage or news about rising cost. You suddenly notice how much everything depends on it. That shift is interesting. Something you never think about suddenly feels essential. Right now, most energy still comes from fossil fuels, coal, oil, natural gas. They've powered systems for decades. But that stability depends on resources that are limited and unevenly distributed. This raises a question. If the foundation isn't truly sustainable, how long can the system stay stable? Sustainable energy isn't just about being clean. It's about being consistent over time without running out or causing long-term damage. Solar, wind, hydro, and newer technologies like green hydrogen all fall into this category. But the idea sounds simpler than reality. Generating energy is one part. Storing it, distributing it, and making it reliable is where things become more complex. Solar power has improved a lot in efficiency and cost. Panels are better at converting sunlight into electricity and they're more accessible. But sunlight isn't constant. It changes throughout the day and disappears at night. That means solar energy depends heavily on storage systems. This is where batteries come in. Energy storage allows excess power generated during peak times to be used later. Lithium-ion batteries are common, but new technologies are being developed to improve capacity, safety, and cost. When you think about it, storage might be just as important as generation. Without it, renewable energy can't fully replace traditional sources. Wind energy is another major part of the shift. It works differently from solar because wind patterns vary by location and time. Some areas generate more wind power than others. This creates a need for systems that can transfer energy across regions. The current grid was designed for centralized power plants. Renewable energy changes that. Energy can now be generated in many smaller locations. That requires a smarter grid, one that can manage variable inputs and balance supply and demand in real time. This is interesting because it turns energy distribution into a more dynamic system instead of a fixed one. Even in daily life, you can see small versions of this shift. Homes with solar panels, electric vehicles charging overnight, devices becoming more energy efficient. These changes feel minor, but they reflect a larger transition. It's not just happening at a global level. It's slowly appearing in everyday environments. One of the biggest challenges is reliability. Fossil fuels provide consistent output. Renewable sources are variable, so the system has to compensate. That means combining different energy sources, improving storage, and managing demand more carefully. It's not about replacing one thing with another directly. It's about redesigning how the system works. New technologies are not just about generating energy. They're about integrating everything together. Smart grids, advanced batteries, AI-based energy management systems. These tools help coordinate how energy is produced and used. This raises another question. Is the future of energy more about technology itself or about how technologies connect? One thing that stands out is how gradual this shift feels. You don't wake up one day in a completely new energy system. Changes happen in parts. A new policy, a new technology, a new infrastructure upgrade. Because it's gradual, it's easy to underestimate how significant it is. The future of energy is not just about cleaner sources. It's about flexibility, adaptability, and efficiency. Systems that can adjust in real time, reduce waste, and respond to changing conditions. That's a different way of thinking about energy. A lot of people are aware that sustainable energy is important, but awareness doesn't always translate into understanding how complex the transition is. It's not just about switching sources. It's about changing an entire system that has been built over decades. Sustainable energy technologies are not replacing the current system all at once. They are gradually reshaping it. And once you start looking at energy as a system instead of a single source, it becomes clear why the future depends not just on new technologies, but on how well they work together over time. Thanks for watching.